So the key to turning sandy soil like this into nutrient-rich soil like this is no secret. So I use a permaculture method called chop and drop, which is crucial to supply my sandy soil with organic matter and the power to retain nutrients and water. Hi, I'm Leslie and welcome to my channel, Soil and Soul. In this video, I'm going to use the chop and drop method. It's a great permaculture method and I'm inspired by permaculture and organic farming methods here in our little backyard. It's a no-dig garden, so I am looking to use the chop and drop method. I'm going to show you how I do it because I know it's been successful preparing for last autumn, and also why I do it. Let's get into creating some garden magic. Well, it's been a hot and humid summer here on the east coast of New South Wales, and on top of that we have had the tail end of Cyclone Alfred. We got a lot of heavy rain, so the poor garden has really suffered. It's either dried out like this in the heat or rotted in the last week and a half of rain. So my method of chop and drop is suitable for my garden because my garden is a no-dig garden. Some people use it successfully. They use a shovel when they put their big leaves down on the ground, then they chop this into the ground. But I've got so much worm activity that I really don't want to cut anything in half. So I don't use the spade method. I put the plant material, I found it easier in a drum to chop it up roughly first and then tip it into the wheelbarrow. I cut anything down with this, and I always leave the roots in the ground and just take the top off, and then I get my shears and have a workout. The reason why I use chop and drop is because it's a simple method and it's an effective way to create a mulch that will add nutrients to my sandy soil. It recycles the nutrients that the plants have taken from the soil. It suppresses weeds, and in this hot environment it helps keep the moisture in. And even more than that, it's so cheap because, well, it's free. It's easy to do with the simple equipment that I have on hand, and because my garden is a no-dig garden, I leave the roots back in the soil and I don't dig it over so I can maintain that soil structure. And it's environmentally friendly because it all goes back into my garden and not into the council green bin. I also grow a lot of comfrey, and these chopped leaves are added around my little citrus trees in particular, but comfrey is also a key ingredient in my liquid plant fertiliser, and I add that to the whole garden during the chop and drop process, and I can show you that later. So I'm going to start with the garden over against the fence, and it's only about 60 centimetres wide. And I'm going to do chop and drop right along the fence line. I'm going to choose 1 metre at a time and choose those plants to pick, cut down, chop and drop back in the same metre space. If you're getting value from this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Not only does the garden benefit from chop and drop, so do the chickies. They love this Elysium, and anytime I get a couple of handfuls of it, I drop it over the fence for them. Come on, come and have some. quick. Come on. Come on. The garden provides lots of tasty treats for the chickens, and in return the chickens give me a whole lot of what I call chicken litter. So I rake it all out and I can add leaves to it, and this is a great addition to chop and drop. And a mask is essential. I can bulk up every metre square chop and drop by adding chicken litter and the leaves and rake it all over, mix it up so I can add it back onto the garden. Any extra leaf litter I just put on top and sprinkle from a great height. Well, I ended up with a wheelbarrow load of leaves, and I thought, who better deserving of these leaves are our little chickies. They're going to turn them over and add more leaf litter to it. It's a win-win. Well, the result of a few hours work this morning has given this little garden a deep litter of chop and drop plant material, some chicken litter and some leaves, and it's all free. Now, just a reminder that not all plant material is good for chop and drop. For example, this tomato plant has some disease. You can see it in the leaves. It's at the end of its life. There are a few tomatoes left, but don't put it in chop and drop. And also these kale leaves that I cut, I really can't use them. They need to go straight into the council green bin. Well, it's a bit later in the afternoon, it's a bit cooler, and I want to put some of my liquid plant fertiliser on the newly prepared garden that I did this morning. I use my liquid plant fertiliser. I create it out of comfrey and stinging nettles, sometimes some other weeds, and some water from the water tank. My watering can is a 9 litre and I like 1:10 ratio. So that's about 900 ml, which I've got marked on my bottle here. And I'll fill that up with liquid plant fertiliser, and I've filled this up at the water tank, and then I can apply it, and it can just settle down overnight before the sun hits. Although by the look of it, I think autumn has arrived. Last year we converted this old black garbage bin into a liquid plant fertiliser unit. Just by having this little tap on the side of the liquid plant fertiliser drum, I can fill up a little container and take it to the watering can, and then I'm able to distribute it more easily. was taking me a few days to get through the process for each one of the gardens. These 3 little gardens here, as well as the gardens around the other side of the house near the chook run. So cutting, chopping, mixing with the chicken litter and the leaves, and then getting back out onto the garden again, and then finishing off with a really good watering of liquid plant fertiliser. And the last 2 days have been rain. So it was good, timed, and really well executed. So I hope you enjoy this video, and thanks for joining me on my little chop and drop journey. Happy gardening.